Okay, Saul, the next game we're going to review involves you, your team,
Yes.
and you have the lucky fortune of facing Nay-B in week 1.
Yay, B.
You are going to be facing Smackdown. This is Max Sutton's team. First overall pick, obviously, Nathan Nay-B Betesh on the mound. That immediately gives this team the ability to say that they're probably going to be in the playoffs. Many people have said it gives them a bye to the World Series. I don't know if I buy that, but this team is going to be strong just because they have Nay-B.
Yeah, for sure. Nay-B, not undisputed best pitcher in the league. Has gotten the bye every time he's pitched in the league. So the interesting thing this year, to me, is not what Nay-B is going to do, because we know what he can do.
Right.
Is that Max went very young with his team.
Yes, RVJ was concerned about the youth in the outfield.
He was. He went young with Marty and left, rookie. Young with Teddy, who is actually his 3rd year in the league, but he did not play last year. Young with Albert Sit. Young with Buka at shortstop.
That's the biggest question for me. They just handed the job to Buka, basically. Now, Max is there. You could start with Buka at short and Max at short center, and if you have to switch it, you switch it. It's not a big deal.
Yes. What I think is, I think that Max regrets in the playoffs, or even a week before the playoffs last year, not moving Abraham Soroya over to shortstop and him moving to short center. Ultimately, it did cost them, whether or not it was Max's fault losing the ball in the sun. But regardless, I think Max realizes that his talents are better off in short center. He could definitely still play shortstop, but I think Buka's range will be. Now, the interesting thing about Buka himself is that last year on Nay-B's team, he played center field, he played second base, he played short center. He never played shortstop, obviously, because of Zach. And in the World Series, he was playing center field mostly. So
I was very surprised that Max handed him the job. He says he can handle it. Max is very confident in Buka at short. Marty Anthony in left field. I saw this guy hitting today.
Yeah, hits hard.
My God. He has a real bat. I mean, he was rocking balls at Fireman's West all the way to those tennis courts in the back.
For sure. If there was one critique I could have, just knowing from our coverage and investigative team on Hillel's squad, is that Marty seemed to overpower other teams by hitting past them. Now, YMSL, we have these hitters that can hit the ball to the fence. So once you know you're going to hit the ball there, does it become a situation where he's going to fly out too much, or is he going to choke up on the bat, get his singles, get his, get the ball wherever it has to go to get a hit?
Very smart critique. We've seen it a million times before, where a rookie comes up and tries to hit a home run every time, and they just can't. We could play deep and we could catch balls in the outfield.
And we could throw it in.
Yes. So we'll see how that works out. Buka has already proven his bat last year. I mean, what a campaign he had. I think Teddy has to prove something with his bat.
For sure.
I know he can handle center field. Defensively, I'm not concerned about him in the outfield at all. He has a phenomenal arm as well. But he's got to hit the ball for a little bit more power and a little bit more consistently. Jimmy, dynamite hitter. This team is not going to score 1 million runs. I don't think they're going to win games 10-9, but
they don't need to.
They don't need to. They have Nay-B on the mound. Only issue to watch out for this team also, they got to get Stevie Kornman in for either 4 innings defensively or 2 plate appearances every game. So they're going to have to work that out. Nay-B wants to throw to Lewis. So they're going to have to figure out how they're going to get him in. And they also have Albert Sit, a capable outfielder. We put Al Zolta in right and Marty in left and Teddy in center and Sit on the bench. We don't know if that's what Max is thinking or not. Strong team, definitely a playoff team.
Definitely, I would definitely think any team with Nay-B is a playoff team. Again, Al Zolta played left field for the World Series Orioles last year. So if any of these two start to show signs that they're not capable of the position, I think Al Zolta would fly in there. Jimmy is a very capable second baseman.
Yeah, but why not put Al Zolta in left and put Marty in right to start off? I'm not sure why they don't do that, but this is what we're hearing they're going to do. Who knows?
Well, I guess, no. Well, Marty's definitely playing left to start because Max, we've been in all their spring training camps. Marty has 0 reps in right field, all in left field. So it seems that Marty's getting the nod in left field. His arm is great.
Okay.
Throwing guys in. So I guess You know, what Max, he's acknowledging he's running with the young guys, and I guess he's going to see how far he can take them.
Okay.
With a veteran pitcher and a young team. So
That's
we'll
it.
see.
A lot of youth. We'll see how it goes. So now we're up to your team, the Lumber Kings.
Yes.
You have A.B. Saka, the warrior, on the mound. Nobody better to go to war with than A.B. Saka. I mean, this guy, year after year, no matter who his roster is, you go way back to the early years. He's been on some great teams. He's been on some teams where you didn't know some of the players on his squad, and he's managed to will them into a World Series before.
For sure.
So just that alone, A.B. Saka, first-round pitcher, along with A.B., the first two pitchers off the board. So you have A.B. on the mound, and then you have so much unknown. I've never seen Louis Shalom play. I've never seen Nussi play. So Nussi, I'm not sure. They say he's capable in right. They say Louis capable in left. And we know what Jake is in center, but it's so hard for me to predict what's going to happen with this team.
Yeah, so even in my spring training camp, the one kind of theme that was floating around is that everybody here can really be floating around. Meaning, we don't know yet who's going to man what position on week one. There are a lot of guys that can play the outfield, and there are a lot of guys that can play the infield. And from what it seems to look like it's shaping up to be is that between short center, second base, and first base, those are all going to be kind of a movable positions. Where
I think third base also, because let's say you have Mo Mala at third base. Let's just put him there for a second. Maurice Harari has played third base in this league. We put Maurice Harari at short center. What do you do with Nanu? Nanu, we saw him in the spring playing outfield. Maybe one of these two guys doesn't hold up. You could put Nanu to the outfield, move one of them in. But Nanu has also played third base as well. So you have three guys that have played third base. So I'm not sure how A.B. Saka is gonna break it down.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of our team, we all seem to be getting ready for the season. I know there were a lot of split squad training sessions between Brooklyn and Deal, but so far the reports have been good on each player. You know, we haven't had a full team practice yet, although each player has been sending videos and clips of each other practicing. But like I said, the main thing here is that no one really knows where it's going to all shape out on week one.
But this is coming from someone on the team even, and there seems to be a lot of unknown.
No, I wouldn't call it unknown disarray. I would more call it many players and only 10 positions.
Options.
Okay.
So, Saul, I know you played a lot of second base last year on your squad. You could also handle short center. I think this is a good team for you personally because there seems to be a lot of moving parts here.
Yes.
A.B. Saka is going to throw to Eddie Malach. I love that guy behind the mound. He knows how to work the umpires a little bit. Okay, you guys have the inauspicious scheduling of facing A.B. in week one. Do you want to predict your teams, or do you want to stay out of your predictions?
So I think historically, we're not supposed to predict our own teams, so I will refrain from predicting. I'll just say that we are looking forward to week one, and it seems like a split decision over whether you want to face AB week one or whether you don't, because you never know how it's going to shape out. Regardless, schedule is what the schedule is. We are ready. A.B. Saka is a first-round pitcher. I think I have a strong team, and I think we're going to do well on Sunday, but again, I'm going to refrain from an actual prediction.
This is the only team I'd give a win against an AB on week one, is your team. Only because you have A.B. Saka, and I know he's actually been warming up with an AB all off season. He's in mid-season form. I know he had that hand injury, but he seems to be okay. Because of A.B. Saka, I don't know this guy. I don't know how this is all going to work out. Just because of AB, I'm giving you guys a split against AB. I think any other team playing AB in week one, with how I saw him pitching in the city that day, I would say AB is going to sweep them. So we'll see how it goes. I'm giving you guys a split, AB and AB Saka.
Okay.